Yo, this is Real Talk E. Welcome to the locker room. We talk nothing but basketball. If you want to be part of the locker room, you obviously have to be part of the team. In order for you to be part of the team, you have to subscribe and share the video to not only be part of the team in the locker room, but to also be a part of our daily basketball conversations so that you don't miss nights of basketball like this. Now, yesterday we had 4 playoff games that went on. A couple of them could have been closing games. 2 of them ended up being closing games. So let's go ahead and get started with the first game of the night. Well, we're going to be talking about them a little bit backwards, actually. To be honest, I don't even know if it's going to be a real order. But the first game we're going to be talking about is the last game of the night. The Bucks go up against the Heat. And oh my God, what just happened? The Heat, the number 8 seed, come out, defeat the Bucks, the number 1 seed, the best record in the NBA in 5 games. Now, obviously, we all know in the first game, Giannis got injured. Second game, he didn't play. Third game, he didn't play. Fourth game, he came back. But at that point, he was up 2-1, and they had no fear. Like, there's nothing for them to be afraid of. Now they got confidence. All they need to win is Game 4, and pretty much it's a 3-1 series. And then they could try to win Game 5, which they ended up doing. And Game 4, Jimmy came out, put up 56 points. And everybody, including myself, and a lot of other people, I'm telling you, bro, there's a lot. We all thought Jimmy Butler is going to have a 20-point game, maybe 25, but he's not going to have another 40, 50, 35-point game. It's not happening. Comes out yesterday and puts up 42 points to lead the Heat past the Bucks. And not only that, the Bucks had a lead. First quarter, Heat up by 3. Second quarter, Heat down by 6. Third quarter, like to end it, I think the Heat were down by 16. Fourth quarter, they fight all the way back and they tie it. And then we go to overtime and they outscore the Bucks 10-8. And to be honest with you, this game could have went to double overtime, but the Bucks could not get a shot off at the end in the last possession. Giannis Antetokounmpo with 38 points, 20 rebounds, but goes 10 for 23 from the free throw line. Misses 13 free throws in a game that matters the most. If you ever needed a game as much as the Bucks needed yesterday's game, Game 5, oh my God, missing 13 free throws is mind-boggling. Like, that is the craziest thing you could have done. 13. Now, Giannis has not been an amazing free throw shooter, but in games that it matters, he's been known to start making them somehow. Like when he went against the Suns, I believe it was Game 6, Suns started sending him to the free throw line. He ended up making like 17 free throws that game. I think he went 17 for 20. There's a lot of times when, games on the line, the season's on the line, and Giannis goes to the free throw line and he delivers. But usually he does have terrible performances from the free throw line. Yesterday was another example of that. To miss 13 and you manage to get to the free throw line 23 times as an individual player, there are teams that don't even get to the free throw line as much as Giannis. An entire organization, an entire team, there's some of them out there that do not get to the free throw line as much as Giannis. And he missed 13 free throws by himself. Now, if he would have made like a good 5 of them, they probably could have won the game. It could have changed the momentum. It could have changed the style of play in terms of somebody else would have probably came through and started delivering. Something could have happened. I'm not going to say that 5 free throws will definitely win them a game, but it could help in some type of way, shape, or form. But to miss 13 is crazy. I mean, there was times when Giannis was on the free throw line and the Heat players would just sit there like just making fun of him. I remember there's one time he was on the free throw line and he was shooting the free throw. And I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was Jimmy, but somebody was like, doink. Like it's not going to go in. It's going to hit the rim. And it did not go in. And on top of that, Chris Middleton comes out. He puts up 33 points. He tries. But it just was not enough. It was not enough. I told you guys, fouling out for Chris Middleton, the last game was so critical because if they lose that game, it's going to be so hard for them to win this game. And like I said, it was really hard for them to win this game, and they did not win it at all. Um, Drew Holiday had a decent game all around. So did Brook Lopez. He actually started off the game really, really good, but decent game overall. Bucks bench, honestly, I was not impressed. Terrible. I was not impressed at all. A couple of players came out, gave them like donuts, a couple of bagels, and um, I had like Bobby Portis, Pat Connaughton. You know they're gonna do what they do: shoot, get rebounds, whatever, play hard. We go to the Heat, and K Love got like 15 points. I don't remember how many rebounds, but you know he's gonna get his rebounds. I don't remember if it was a double double, so I don't want to give an exact number, but you know he's gonna get his rebounds. Jimmy Butler with 42 points, and I believe he had like 8 boards, 4 assists, or might be the other way around. You know he's gonna play defense, and he really showed up. I'm telling you, bro. When the Heat need him the most, he showed up. He shows out. Bam Adebayo, honestly, was a difference maker in this game for me. I mean, he came out, had 20, 10, and 10. And like I always say, Bam Adebayo needs to find a way to be aggressive like this for the Heat to manage to win, a series. They could win a game or 2 or 3 without him having to play like this. But for them to win a series, Bam Adebayo needs to come out and give them 20, 10, and 10. And yesterday he delivered. And about damn time that he delivers. I mean, it's been since last year playoffs. We've been saying, when is Bam Adebayo going to come out and deliver? When are we going to see glimpses or flashbacks of the Bam Adebayo from the bubble? When are we going to see that? We all started putting names on him like Bam out of bubble. Bam, just connecting him to the bubble in all types of ways, shapes and forms. But it's just like he was doing it to himself. And yesterday, 20-point triple-double. Amazing, like just amazing to see. Gabe Vincent with 22. I mean, he came out, he did what he was supposed to do. Kyle Lowry off the bench with 10. I mean, the Heat just came out and played more aggressive. They played like with more hunger. They played like they really wanted this win. They played like they had more desire. They played like they needed this. They was trying to improve to the next round. Like they had something to prove, and they played more together. And not only that, but the Heat just outmanned the Bucks. And to be honest with you, I think the Heat are the only team that could do that. Because usually the Bucks are way more aggressive, way stronger, way bigger than a lot of other teams. And you already know they're going to play with hunger. But the Heat seem to be the only team that the Bucks have problems with. They're like the Milwaukee Bucks' Achilles heel. And I have like a little theory that the Heat going to go back to the finals because in 2020 in the bubble, he beat the Bucks, go to the finals. 2021, Bucks beat the Heat, they go to the finals and win a championship. So this year, the Heat got their revenge. And can they win a championship? I don't know. But will they go to the finals? I kind of feel like they will, bro. I mean, I feel like they have the easiest path right now. They just take the Knicks, and then, which we will talk about later. But take the Celtics or the Sixers after that. That'll be probably like their hardest round if they make it out of the Knicks. And boom, you're in the finals. So I have a theory. I kind of have, a little thought that they're going to make it there. Our next game, though, we had the Cavs go up against the Knicks, and oh my God, what just happened? Like, New York just came out, took the Cavs down in 5 games. Now, I have been on the record saying that Donovan Mitchell is not going to let this team lose no matter what. He's going to take them into the second round, and it's going to be a 6-7 game series before they get taken down in the second round of the NBA playoffs. The Knicks have done something that even I did not think that they can do. And anybody that tells you that they believe that the Knicks could take the Cavs down to 5 is just a Knicks fan. They're not really looking at the game for real. And I mean, the Knicks just clamped them up. Like, defense, defense, defense. Played more aggressive. Played way bigger. Rebounding was amazing. Mitchell Robinson had 11 offensive rebounds yesterday. That is insane. By himself. 11 offensive rebounds. Cavs were out rebounded. They were outplayed. They were outmanned. They were out hustled. They were just getting dominated on every single part of the game. And Julius Randle came out yesterday, had 13 points in the first half, goes down with an ankle injury. Hopefully he's fine. I hope he's coming back to play against the Heat. And that'll be an amazing series. If we get Knicks versus Heat with Julius Randle, Jimmy Butler, and all the teams, as pretty much as healthy as possible, that would be amazing to see. Jalen Brunson, unguardable, man. Like, the Cavs did not know what to do with him. They did not know how to respond to him. They did not know, just nothing, bro. I believe he had 21 points yesterday. Just came out and delivered. In the third quarter, starting the second half, obviously the Knicks did not have Julius Randle, but Obi Toppin came out, scored 7 points, gave them more of a lead. And the Cavs tried to make a push going into the fourth quarter. They were down by 18. They make that push. I believe they get it to 6 points. I think the last time it was the closest that it was entire game was 90 to 84. And after that, it was over. The Knicks call timeout. They come back and they just go berserk. Before you know it, Cavs back down by 12, and they just could not get over the hump. And then eventually they just put up 96 points. Knicks outscore them. They're going to face the Heat in the next round. Both series went to 5. I really want to see who wins this. If the 8th seed manages to throw off the 4th seed and the 1 seed, that would be insane. That would be insane. How would this series even turn out? Can the Knicks guard Jimmy Butler? Bam Adebayo versus Mitchell Robinson? Yo. Nah, this series could be amazing for a lot of reasons. Players might have breakout, moments in this series right here that's coming up. If Mitchell Robinson outplays Bam Adebayo, that would be crazy. If they manage to stand up to the Heat and play, man to man, they're just better than the Heat, that would be insane. And that sounds crazy to me to say too, because they are the 8th seed, a playing team, by the way, and the Knicks are the 5th seed, 4th seed, something like that. But I mean, I'm telling you, but if RJ Barrett goes off this series, it's over. His career basically pretty much is gonna elevate from here. A lot of careers could elevate from this series alone. Now, our next game of the night, we had the Kings go up against the Warriors. And oh my God, Kings pretty much come out first quarter. I believe they were up by 3 points. After that, it was over. The Splash Brothers, Clay, Curry, had 31 and 25 points each to end the game. Draymond Green actually had 21 points. Clap it up for him, please. 21 points for Draymond Green in a game is amazing, bro. And it was efficient too. He went 8 for 10. He was just balling yesterday, bro. He had a couple of assists, a couple of rebounds. You know how Draymond Green plays. And overall, just a good win from the Warriors, man. And they did this on the road. So now they have home court advantage because they stole one from the Kings. Now they put pressure on the Kings to have to come out in Game 6 and win. They put pressure on them to have to come out on Game 6 and play and deliver. De'Aaron Fox, I believe, had 24 points. But it was not the 24 points that we are used to seeing from De'Aaron Fox. Like, to me personally, it seemed very quiet. It wasn't really huge, like a huge 24. And in the fourth quarter, when we are used to him, taking over the game, it didn't feel like he took over the game enough. And again, he's injured. Like, he just hurt his finger. He fractured it, and pretty much he just hasn't been the same since. The Kings need him, however, to show up for Game 6 and ignore that injury. I don't know if he got to numb it, put some icy hot on it, do whatever you can to ignore it and just come out Game 6, perform, deal with the pain later, and go to Game 7, because, damn it, like, they might lose the series in Game 6. And the second round in the West is going to look great. Whether it's Warriors versus Lakers, or Lakers versus Kings, or Warriors versus Grizzlies, the second round of the West is going to be great, bro. I'm telling you. First of all, we got the Warriors-Grizzlies rivalry that neither team wants to admit that it's a rivalry, which would be amazing to watch. We got the Lakers versus Warriors. Anytime LeBron's going up against Steph is amazing to watch. If the Kings manage to make it out of this round, if they face the Grizzlies, that'll be amazing, because we get to see De'Aaron Fox versus John Morant, two of the quickest and most flashiest and just electrifying young guys in the league. If the Kings go up against the Lakers, the Kings have a chance to make a name for themselves as a young team for the first time in playoffs in like a whole decade, a little over a decade, I think. So many things can happen in the second round, and we'll see how that turns out. We'll see how that pans out. But at last, the final game of the night, we had the Lakers go up against the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies came out and they performed, man. They come out first quarter, they up by 14, I believe it was. Second quarter is pretty much like a closer game. At a certain point in the third quarter, it's like 75-70 or 71, and then the Grizzlies just go off. They just go on a 19-2 run, and they just take over. Like, that third quarter was all Grizzlies. And then I believe it was Luke Kennard. He hurt his finger or his wrist or something like that. He hurt something. I forgot what it was, but he's pretty much gone. Might have also been his shoulder. Like, I might be completely off, but he is completely out of the game now. He might be out for a while, so he's going to be missed by the team. But they managed to win without him. They pulled this off. John Morant, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr. just great scoring. Two of the Grizzlies players had like 30 points. LeBron James had one of his worst games in the playoffs, like 15 points, 10 rebounds. And I know you're like, oh my god, 15 and 10, how's that terrible? He went like 5 for 17 shooting on a night where Anthony Davis had like 31 points, 19 rebounds. And for some reason, we cannot get those two guys to have good games at the same time. If that happens, the Lakers are pretty much unbeatable. But there's always like LeBron has a great game, AD has a terrible game. AD has a great game, LeBron has a terrible game. Yesterday was another example of that. But in Game 6 in LA, hopefully both of these guys get it together. I hope that they could both, have a great game, and that the rest of the guys going to show up. At home, role players always play better. So we'll see what happens. But I expect them to win Game 6. I don't think LeBron is going to let this go to Game 7. And if he does, he's definitely not losing the series. But anyways, that's enough of me rambling. Chat, it's time for y'all. Let me know. Chat them down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is Real Talk with E, and it's time to leave the locker room. I'm going to catch y'all. Safety.
Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
The officials have to review it. And the Lakers win the game. Banks it in. He banks in the three.
To win it. Good. That's why he's NBA All-Defensive Team. Adebayo, sky high with the block and rejection.
This is for the win. Got it. Wow.
At 7, working against Butler, got down.